If you are a financial advisor or life insurance agent struggling to attract and retain clients in today's digital landscape, it's time to rethink your strategy or approach. Did you know that 88% of people over 50 are actually active on social media? And if you're not leveraging these platforms effectively, engaging in meaningful ways, two-way conversations, your efforts may be falling flat and your brand could be fading into the background. But don't worry, we've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and tune into this week's episode of the Digital Advisor Weekly.
Welcome to the Digital Advisor Weekly broadcast. Looking to boost your business with the latest trends, innovative tech, and must-have resources? Join us to discover how to successfully scale your practice and automate the process. Here to guide you is your host, the dynamic leader of Advisor Marketing Hub and managing partner at American Financial, Rob Souza.
Hey everyone, Rob Souza here, helping you thrive in the digital age. This week on the Digital Advisor Weekly, we're going to be unpacking how social media isn't just about posting, it's about listening, engaging, and building meaningful relationships with your audience. Speaking of audience, I want to hear from you. So let me know in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best, how do you feel like you're doing in your social media engagement? So views, likes, replies, and comments. And regardless of how well you're doing in digital marketing, you're doing a whole lot better than your competition that's chosen to not invest in social media because they think their audience is not online. But without any online presence, they're losing clients to advisors who embrace digital marketing. And let's be real, most people aren't Googling financial advisor near me. They're actually watching videos, they're reading posts, and they're following experts who actually show up in their feed.
There's a reason a lot of people go out of business, and it is almost always directly correlated to them missing the mark on the customers they're trying to reach. Most companies, big or small, are really struggling in assumptions or yesterday tactics to reach customers. I believe that there is not enough emphasis put on the actual consumer. Caring when it comes to marketing is respecting one's time. I think we don't respect consumers' time. And if we're gonna fill them with messages, wouldn't it be nice for them to enjoy it? When you come from a lens of caring and empathy, you just tend to make better advertising. I'm Gary Vaynerchuk, CEO of VaynerMedia, VeeFriends, and my latest book is Day Trading Attention. I view myself as an entrepreneur. I grew up in my dad's liquor store and innovated by having one of the first e-commerce websites. I was an early investor in Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, and in more recent years have been an author and a speaker, but also running a 2,000 person plus global advertising agency. And at the end of the day, I could not explain to all of you watching or listening more how many marketing ideas literally spend no time on, will the person on the other side like this? It's just, this is the way it's always been done. Or how many do we have to sell? Sell. But I did not buy this sneaker because somebody knocked on my door and sold it to me. Or I landed on a website that explained why I had to own this. The Super Bowl, I would say, is a place where we do a better job caring. We try to actually make that 30-second video entertaining. I think I see it every day in social media. I see young brands actually make content that people want to watch. When your lens is caring and empathy to connect with the consumer, you're actually thinking about them. Will the person on the other side like this? For me, that's the $1 million question.
So, do you have strategies for how to connect with your audience?
I would say my number one strategy is something I've done my whole life, which is before I start talking, I listen. Literally, Your biggest advantage is time. Don't buy into an antiquated process. You're entering the greatest 5-year window of your life. And, obviously it seems like I'm always talking, but almost everything that comes out of my mouth has been predicated on me doing a lot of hours of listening. Social media's greatest power is the ability to see what people are thinking. We are living in the golden era of consumer insights because of social media. And I think the best businesses in the world are fixing something that everyone's complaining about but hasn't been fixed yet. Here's a good example. Drive-through fast food. People value time. And obviously someone eventually said, you know what? Instead of making them park and walk in and wait in line and get their burger and fries, why don't we just let them drive through? That was a very strong innovation, a good idea. This is one big game of listening. Historically, this is what you do through focus groups. This is what you now can do through social listening at scale. The question is, what do you then do about it? The last 10 years of storytelling has evolved tremendously. We are no longer in tribes sitting around a fire telling a story. News cycles are now 12 and 24 hours, not 12 and 24 days. So the speed of keeping attention has changed dramatically. Also, the ability to storytell has exploded. You don't need an editor-in-chief. You don't need the local newspaper. You don't need someone at the TV network saying that you're allowed to be on camera and talk to the world. That's gone. There's not a person watching this who doesn't have permission now to tell the world their story as a human or their story about the business or organization, nonprofit, or whatever other body they're working with to the world. On the flip side, it's never been harder. What pictures? What videos? What animated GIFs? What copy? What time do you post? How long is the video? Audio? Lighting? This has become a profoundly complex game. Here's the good news for everyone who's scared by how hard and fast it is. A great story will still find its way. Even if you don't know the best practices of how to post on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, you will be stunned how much a story can find its audience if it's just told from the heart in a pure form. Joyous and impactful.
Let's take a look at the numbers. 71% of people 50 and older are on Facebook. 51% of them are on YouTube and 45% of them are on LinkedIn. That's more than half the target audience. Your clients are online. The question is, are you? No, really. I want every single person watching to answer the question in the chat. Are you actively online engaging with your audience? The reality is that whether you like it or not, everyone is a brand.
Everybody is a brand now. Everybody has a virtual presence of some kind. If I was in the dating world and I connected with somebody on an app on social media and they had no online presence, they had no brand online of whatsoever, I wouldn't go out with them because I would be like, that's weird. Like, that is weird and that's scary and that kind of freaks me out. I want to see something.
All right, here's the deal. Most financial advisors and sales agents think that social media is just about posting educational content. They treat it like a one-way street, blasting out messages about what they think people need to hear, about what they know, and without even truly listening to what their audience really wants. So, how can we improve that?
How do you do it well?
You do it well by trying to make content for the audience, not trying to make content for yourself.
It's that simple.
It's that simple. Go look right now. If you're reading this or listening to this, go in your feed and look at the video or the picture and ask yourself, did this person make this for me or did they make it for them?
Without genuine concern for the listener, your brand becomes just another voice lost in the noise. And in today's digital economy, where trust and relationships are everything, failing to listen means failing to grow. The solution? Shift from posting to engaging. Social media is an unprecedented opportunity to understand what your audience really wants and needs.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you have to create content for the audience you want, not the audience you have. If you're complaining about the niche that you're in, the types of clients that you're working with, it's because you've made no changes in your content to get in front of the right person. Pivoting is painful, but what you focus on will keep growing. And it's far better to pivot than to build a business and work with people that drive you absolutely insane.
The biggest mistake that advisors make, ignoring what their audience is saying. People don't want to be sold to. They want to be heard. The brands that survive and thrive are the ones that prioritize consumer feedback and use it to shape their messaging. So how can you do that? Well, check out these ideas from Alex Cantali.
Copywriters. Everybody talks about how important it is to understand your target audience, but how do you actually do that quickly? One of my favorite hacks is to go look at your competitors' reviews. Don't just look at the 5-star reviews and see everything that's wonderful about those products, but look at the 1-star reviews to see what is missing and how you can position your product to be the missing piece.
For anyone who is watching and has actually researched trending conversations about the services that you provide, what is your target market talking about? I encourage you to post in the chat anything that you think is a trending topic that's being discussed in the financial planning and the retirement world. We'd be interested in hearing your feedback. Now, we're going to talk about a listening tool. If you reconsider social media to be a listening tool, your audience is already telling you what they need. Comments, messages, shares. This is valuable real-time feedback. Are you paying attention? Or are you just pushing out content without responding? Let's take a look at how successful content creators use social media as a powerful listening tool to shape their messaging and create deeper connections.
The power of social listening isn't just about being a fly on the wall, but rather being part of the conversation and steering your brand in the direction that your customers desire. From reputation management to product innovation, audience engagement to outsmarting competitors, the advantages are almost endless. In this video, I'm gonna break down what social listening is, how to best use it, and what mistakes to avoid. But this is just a sneak peek. It involves 3 key areas. Listening is about gaining insights from the broader conversation around brand mentions, customer feedback, and industry trends. So if I'm a snack company called Jamal's Jumpin' Jelly Beans, I track broad discussions about healthy eating trends and feedbacks on snacks across social media. However, social monitoring allows for a more narrow focus towards campaigns or keywords directly related to your products or customers. So my company would closely monitor specific hashtags or mentions related to the latest marketing campaign for a new snack product. Engagement involves participating in these conversations, responding to comments or questions, and fostering a relationship with your audience. When it comes to your business, social listening can help you with reputation management, audience engagement, customer feedback, keeping track of competitors, and product upgrades.
Remember, engagement drives visibility. Ask questions, encourage discussions, and respond to every comment. Turn your notifications on. Treat social media like a virtual networking event. And watch this next video to see some real examples of brands turning conversations into connections and how you can do the same.
You're wasting your time creating social media content. Just look at how much content is published on each platform daily. Not only are these networks full of content, but in the last 30 days, we analyzed 5,204,391 social media posts, and 59.41% of them had no engagement. When you post content, chances are it's going to be drowning in a sea of noise. So should you stop creating content for social media? No, you should create content because it's a great channel to market your company, your product, your service, or even personal brand. Instead, you need to adjust your strategy. So what do you have to do? 1, post something new and fresh that people haven't seen. 2, don't be afraid to have your own opinion. 3, provide value. From education to stats, data, make sure people walk away with something. 4, only leverage trends when it's related to your industry. 5, collaborate with other people within your space. 6, share stuff from your personal experience. It's hard for other people to replicate that. And 7, post the type of content each network wants, which you can see in the chart below.
Do you want to know what's on your audience's mind? Well, ask them. Use polls, use Q&As and live sessions like we're doing today to encourage interaction and gain valuable insights into their concerns and their interests. Check out this next video to see how you can use interactive content to spark engagement and build loyal communities.
Build an audience, engage an audience, sell an audience, engage an audience. So here you are, you're engaging your audience with interactive features like polls and quizzes and Q&A sessions on your ephemeral content platforms. It could be a Snap if it's a younger generation. It could be Instagram. It could be Facebook stories. It could be Twitter Fleet. This not only encourages participation, but guess what else it does? It provides valuable insights into customer preferences and their interests, right? So when they're taking action and they're doing this, this gives you an idea of the people that are liking and following your stuff and what they like or what they want, all right? This is a great way to know their interests. This is one of the ways to build that avatar of who you are trying to target.
Let's talk specific strategies for maximizing engagement in social media. 1, comment back on every interaction. Turn on your notifications. Make sure you get the opportunity to reply to any conversation. Start conversations with thought-provoking questions. You can do that both in your own posts and in other people's posts. Go live each week and answer your audience questions in real time, even if you're going back and answering them for the week. And make sure you use analytics so that you can figure out what resonates with your audience and you can double down on the conversations that are sparking engagement. Let's check out one of my favorite tricks to spark engagement. Okay, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. I was just trying to grab your attention. But here are a few real ideas about how you can actually boost engagement.
How can I increase interactions? How can I increase different touch points that my audience has with me? So what I would do is in my stories, I would often put poll stickers or question stickers so that people are engaging with my stories. I'll also have call to actions encouraging people to DM me, like my content, or comment so that Instagram sees that they have a relationship with me. The more interactions and touch points that I create or that I invite my audience to, the more likely my content will be pushed out to them.
It's really important to always include a call to action, not just one, but ongoing CTAs throughout your content that invites engagement. For example, drop a comment below with your biggest challenge in marketing, or DM me if you're ready to transform your social media presence. Just a few examples.
These are the call to actions that will help drive maximum engagement from your video, and that's what's going to help for the long term. Number one, the first call to action, which happens about 10% into the video. I said watch to the end and you'll see this, right? And in this case, I'm talking about this call to actions portion because it's actually a little unique. The second call to action is getting people to hit the like button. So if they can smash the like button, then it helps the YouTube algorithm. That's what's going to help with the ranking of the video itself. Number three is asking people to comment at the end, like, what did you think about this video, or what else would you like to see us cover? That's how it all works, right?
The best content comes from real conversations. Take common questions or discussions and turn them into posts, videos, or even a full webinar, or a live stream like we're doing today. Let's see an example from my absolute most favorite content creator of all time. We just finished up live broadcast at American Financial Studio for our Digital Advisor Weekly, and we had a really great question from one of our advisors who was asking us, what about short form video on LinkedIn? And it was a great question, so I'd like to answer that now. LinkedIn, although it's trying to catch up to TikTok and Instagram, it really was developed as a text-based marketing, networking platform. And so they're trying to catch up, but it's not quite there yet. And so I encourage you to try short form video, but we're gonna do a challenge. I'd like you to pick a topic and create a text-based post and a short form video. Let them run for a week, test the analytics, and get back to us. Let us know which one worked better for you. Don't forget to leverage your direct messages or your DMs. Public engagement is great, but the real business happens in DMs. Engage with your followers privately to build stronger relationships and convert your conversations into clients, or at least into appointments. If you're not willing to spend time nurturing relationships online through your comments and direct messages, then stop wasting everyone's time. Just pay an advertising firm or company to fill a workshop or something, or schedule you appointments. But if you can't afford the $5,000 to $10,000 a month, you need to learn how to nurture and develop relationships online, because that is the future of marketing.
Because you could be a robot and just spam away, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. But if you get 100 out DMs and emails in a day and you convert one versus getting 47 out because you went deeper and you convert 4, well, which one do you want?
Exactly. So let's recap. How do we turn social media into a two-way conversation? Well, first, stop posting and start engaging. Listen to what your audience is actually saying. What do they want? What do they need? Use interactive tools like polls and Q&As to confirm that thought. Respond to every comment and every message. Build relationships, not content. I want you to take a moment to imagine a digital brand that isn't just visible, but actually trusted by your audience because of the power of real engagement. So now it's your turn. Create a video that's optimized for engagement and take time to monitor the chat, reply, create thought-provoking questions, and turn them into direct messages. I encourage you to share your post with me and others and I'll even share it on my social platforms to help you continue the conversation. For more actionable ideas to elevate your brand, make sure you join us next week at the same time and the same place. And if you're ready to build a brand that actually connects with your audience, let's chat about how to take your digital marketing strategy to the next level. You can schedule 15 minutes with Rob.com and we can have a conversation. So thanks for joining us. And remember, in today's digital economy, your brand lives or dies by how well you engage. So don't just post, listen, reply, and make sure that you build relationships. And I will see you in the digital world.